But when it's National Thanksgiving, it's National Thanksgiving. If you name it, unless it's MPP Thanksgiving.
It was the last
Thanksgiving there.
Okay.
We need to have a proper representation. Share identity critically, and it doesn't look like national. It looks more like, like a partisan kind of program. Or more money if you crowd, more check system, more in my opinion, more very complete. Archbishop, for instance, is not been there, but presidential meetings are very sensitive with from Bishop Nasari. All of them come. But at this time, I didn't see any of them. What is happening? We shouldn't change the order in the charismatic move. They become spokesmen for political parties. Where are we heading towards? Are we spokesmen for God or spokesmen for political parties? We have to be careful. One of the things that the international community doesn't like is killing of a journalist. I'll tell you what. Don't touch a journalist. It makes your government unpopular.
Emamo akwa bashronko ede ebatuma GH so mesanso emamo afishiapa nekopon kosanye ya dom na afedodo embesan yeho enko midi ede na ama obusana ebra asoso eye trending issues bre na onim se sabewe de ensema huhia de dika de for my Ghana ye puntuo ene enkoso ho enye de esomoninti saaso ene ne de ye beye no na no ada kwesiada my money nya Asia ewo the forecourt of the State House and nya aseda PSC ayede emerade se wetimi aye ya dom ma 2020 shase emu amani hunu emu yawie ene ewuo basabasa ne de keka hunya no wetimi ahwe ye so aboye ho ban ama oman edeswa ekra emu nipa enkwa edaswa bo mate se 2020 abatom krampo no echire nsem nia no stone oman edaswa de gina na te saseda ene sese ye fama ewurade na ade danso ewo Thanksgiving no asene se asofo a womo eba ye womo ya sofo tutu pa Ghana artist obia enimo mu din artist womo agidin ewo man mu na so na te se akwet se de do se ye dabe no National Thanksgiving no na te se asofo bia womo so wodin ewo Ghana na so womo ekasa ema ye amanyoko NDC no na te se ebikra entimi empiem wona ade bi womo wo Thanksgiving no ase no asofo womo ba ye no na te se Ghana fo hu ni se ase de sa asofo no no womo a confirm se despite ensensema ekoso abatuo no echi manso aba ho a ebi mu nya omo ho ntiase no ase de asofo no de womo ade atum se ostro kra ade atum se yewra na ekufu ado ye sitting president wono na nyankopon amana konya so wombu oman from 2021 egozi 2024 insem na womo ekeka na sabre ye bebie mu nia pipe mu nia hwemu de womo bia no ye de besom na mewo Faith Army Chapel so for penia wada ano na ne office ene ye wosesi ano na me patre Apostle Dr. Walter Sakwa Mante bo me niema no akwa bashronko Apostle akwa ba
yeah
Apostle bia boko
emi adonti en chebia na meti say the spiritual realm bibia be koyi amagana enti my instro kra
e de rade ase Apostle bonye ye ko send ma bibia ko so fine
bibia ko so fine un say asofo de ye bronya kra na ye fasting na dia
enye easy so for human ebi wom
say de bia obon papa no doors
okay
enti no but it was good. I mean, at least. Do time, yeah. Do age behind me the DB.
Okay.
And we are tired fasting, so I say you're not that person who is a food person. A lot of things you don't eat.
So Matias.
But Christo more energy and
I mean, then as I say, I'm so for now. Wouldn't buy potato. And I'm fasting. I watch them back kakra. Na Apostle we dey yen share National Thanksgiving. Send na sifa call ye asofo chichi omo eba former chairman of Ghana Pentecost Ghana. Apostle Professor Opoku Enyina no ho or no na guest I invite him. Former chairman of Pentecost Ghana. And ebiem so no Reverend Isaac Owusu Bempa no wo hobby Prophet Gideon Danso empowerment ono so be PMO e wo hobby ene life chapel Bishop Elisha Salifu Amwako no munia e wo hobby na te say me mo bi e din ba kakra na etitu kakra e wo munu na Reverend Kusibuate no wo hobby na ebiem so no Christ the King parish priest awoda no Father Andrew Campbell no so e wo hobby na yehye DSC ano after abatuo no ensensem ekoso manso ekoso ebisementi ase de election declaration abamum na so ase esinsen wiem because enti ase sheda na ejuma yi na asofo we wo mo eko na ase de like Thanksgiving no ase de eko de ase de ma gia tum say declaration na no mo so di ejuma no ne kwan so ano no in this times
me share constitution of the pastors that came no. In my opinion, meaning say MPP for Thanksgiving, I said the whole nation Thanksgiving.
Na the whole nation Thanksgiving, but Ghana for our moko hono do na NPP attire like colors no. Send be ya won say omo aban.
I prefer say Thanksgiving be anka be national and MPP Thanksgiving.
O say ade no yearly say yearly no sitting president they do this time year cross over to another year you organizing but national
when you share identity critically it doesn't look like national. It looks more like like a partisan kind of program and OSHA representation of the pastors and to be very sincere OSHA a lot of the men of God that came we are very young pastors they were older pastors. Ewo more money if kakra more check system more anka in my opinion more can one be complete we say a lot of people who have some clout and we personality cut across until minyanka amuso can be na come can say we mo call and get complete but I feel say if it's national and it has to be properly properly acceptable but in my opinion all of them should have been added. But saying I don't feel say we had a proper representation of the clergy in America.
Oh, okay.
Nkonfo we are make sure say my home sir. And to me feel say for the representation of the clergy is not complete. If you ask me, there should have been more people there. My name say be a election problem not the idea, but I am very dicey kakra.
Yeah.
Is it an endorsement of the winning of the election? And a lot of pastors are also thinking, but were they invited? A lot of questions are running through the minds of people. I saw the program. I would have felt more should have been added. I mean, Archbishop, for instance, has not been there, but presidential meetings are very sensitive with your from Bishop Nasari. All of them come. But at this time, I didn't see any of them. What is happening? We shouldn't change the order in the charismatic move and that the Christian, perception. We should still respect a certain group of people or more, that have toiled and paid the price, whether we like it or not. They have the following and they have the respect.
Okay.
And when we are doing things like that, we need to be able to do is that we have full representation of clergy. I would have felt that some of us will be present in some of those meetings. I mean,
okay, to who say I saw for teaching and do not be a mahon into to sing kakra.
Me feel said no dear, those protocol organizing program. No, I don't know what happened.
Okay.
If it is National Thanksgiving, you can do Thanksgiving. It doesn't matter whether the election petition can go on. But when it's National Thanksgiving, it's National Thanksgiving. If you name it, unless it's MPP Thanksgiving, but it's National Thanksgiving. What did they make an answer?
Was the last
Thanksgiving there.
Okay.
We need to have a proper representation of the fathers of the land.
Okay.
OT.
Yeah.
There should be a certain level of certain clergy we are wanting here through, and they should be there.
Now,
and so I don't know who organized it and how it was organized. I wasn't impressed with that. I felt tell me yeah. I know a lot of people. I would have said to some key people. In fact, some people cry more MPP more, and we are very active in MPP clergy. Face.
Okay.
And they were not there. They were not represented. Until the NTS, you know. Who did that? Why was it that? Why were some people sidelined? Even the people that were very active and support the MPP party, who were pastors, are not part of the program. I don't know, sir. No, it's not properly represented. Within the entire protocol, yes, sir.
Okay, now Apostle yin say yare coronavirus that's why ewo from memoir and no limited huge gatherings from happening. I just want to end on this point. And now, already now no there are misunderstandings. From a election results no ABC Dabi and Sena EC and we need Niquemusa say Mampeni and Steppy up dank won't come on and to Trebina to say EC no Yama waya and Faquemuna to say and won't fan to Quim, but Nina Nakoya say why silence on it because a big case or no and I EC in favor hinting why silence on it. All these kinds of accusations and allegations are from immunity. Those prophets and I said those big clergymen and we're expecting say a part of it. What if say they were also having this doubt say okay, what if I represent and people now turn at me say I should be a person of peace, I should be a symbol of peace. Now with all the confusion I'm here. It's like I'm supporting that this should be going on. What if that was the reason?
Most of those what are we thanking God for? Are we thanking God for a peaceful election? Or we are thanking God because we won the elections?
We are thanking God for the nations and national thanksgiving.
Yeah, so everybody can come.
Okay.
That's my issue. If the Thanksgiving service is properly defined, we wouldn't have this issue. Boom. And so you have a defense. I'm thanking God that we had a peaceful election.
Okay.
Whatever the outcome of the EC is going to be like, oh, no, the court is going to go like, because I mean, said, you know, NDC for court, and answer BB, they have hinted, said by tomorrow they would have gone to the Supreme Court. What are we thanking God for? Is it a national program? Is it an every year? Is it an every year? It should be open. We should have it. In any case, we Christians, we are very happy, say, we can even have a president that, or to me, and answer a nation that we can come together and thank God for that.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be an MPP program. If it's national, it should be national.
So are you trying to say I saw for more representing and no, they are NPP affiliated?
I think that most of the pastors are MPP affiliated.
Really?
Most
of them. The president of the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, Reverend Professor Paul Mansutu was there. He's also a symbol of peace.
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody has a political affiliation. I know him. Actually, we've not met, but I've spoken to him.
Okay.
We know each other. We've met in various platforms, one way or the other. For him, he's very professional with what he does.
Okay.
And I applaud him for who he is, because when it comes to remaining neutral, at a point in time, Grapple, he came to say that they should stop prophesying. Okay, the prophet should stop prophesying. Well, he's very professional what he does. And the men of God, some of the prophets go angry with him. They don't understand the prophetic office. Man, these are people that their language was taken out of context. Which are some of the Assemblies of God pastors came to react to it. But he's been neutral. Don't forget to say Jomama called Assemblies of God.
Yes.
What I say. And the statements don't have been neutral. I'm sure he has, an affiliation to both parties, and so I will not brand, even if everybody voted for somebody.
Yes, everybody voted.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I voted for somebody. But when you have to be professional, you have to be professional. What I say, in this case, you are saving a nation. You want to bring peace. That is how to mediate for peace. You might have, probably be supporting one side, but for the professional dimension and ethic of the ministry, as a pastor, as a peace broker, you need to be able to speak the language of neutrality. And so for him, very fine person, and I respect him. It's good that he was there. But generally speaking, I thought that it's a national program of Sanka. as of more be about.
What if say clergymen now you were expecting, they refused, they were invited, but they gave 1 or 2 excuses. Say I have to be here. Or say it's a festive season. People travel around, and this is the time most of the men of God are busy. Because of and it was the last Sunday too of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He said, what are we celebrating?
The nation.
Are we having a Thanksgiving service for God preserving our lives, or we are celebrating the winning of a political party?
We are celebrating the nation.
Period. So if that's the case, the letter should have written. There's protocol. You receive a letter. I've received a lot of letters, being invited to probably a state function. So 1 or 2 letters, it is stated that you are coming for this meeting. And that's it. And so when you ask a question like you're asking, I'll tell you, I'm coming to celebrate my nation. I'm here for this purpose.
No, I'm talking about what if they were busy, they had other things.
No, I can't be too sure about that, but I'm trying to speculate. I would have thought that at this time we should have more, pastors representing. I wasn't really impressed with that.
We're not impressed.
No, absolutely no. It's a national problem. When we were inaugurating the president the other time, we had more representation. Everybody could see all the pastors, the men of God, they were seated. The clergy plays a very key role. Mama can't say me, Ghana, you need social services too. We don't spend on social services. Because the church plays a role. The UK spends billions of pounds trying to meet the needs of the social problems of the society. And the church saves a lot of cost by making sure that within the church context now, raising funds. And so in our own small way, the church is a very critical point. Okay. It's very important.
Okay.
As we save the government a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can't underrate us. Invite you. What you're saying? So
from what you're saying, it means they were not duly invited for the program. That's what you want to say?
I'm trying to speculate because I don't know the details.
All right.
Mami Phil said, as far as the representation is concerned, I mean, if the pastor is going to pray for the nation, it's all and I said, if you are speaking another language, another person, a pastor who is from another tribe will also speak.
Okay.
It should be properly planned and well done. Phil said, we could do better with that. We could do better with that. I don't know, sir, if you are inviting pastors, one bar answer there, but I would have thought that there should have been more representation. And I'm saying this, even in MPP, I'm so party, even some of the pastors are most so party. I didn't see them at the meeting.
Now, before the Thanksgiving was held, Honorable Kennedy Japan, Assent Central MP, or the same way to just say, prophets are more the problem, the major problem of my way, because one more and confusion about Ama EC, NDC, NPP, IN, same be brainy man, so train yet, one more dear would draw more to about Tankas, about to Inkayasundre, will be at Naba, ya declare, will be half and one, Edia will be a drain home, but one way DA, I will not be and no way say, or China way say, or China see the cloud is clear.
Was referring to because Kennedy Japan, for instance, on his program, he has hosted Prophet before.
Yes.
He also prophesies to the nation.
Yeah.
And prophesies, in a certain direction. I mean, he's a key person in the prophetic move.
Yeah.
As far as elections and Yama are concerned, I will say, he said, also sort of prophesy, is he against the will of God? Is he destroying the country? And I'm sure, sir, they have a certain relationship. Because I've heard him say on his platform, sir, he trusts Prophet Usubenpa, his prophecies. So where is the contradiction? So for me, we want a big contradiction. Out of all the prophets, he said that he trusts Prophet Usubenpa. So why is he saying that prophets are going to destroy Ghana? Where is the contradiction coming from? So what did can ask?
Okay.
So we have a big contradiction.
Well, it's saying
what he has said.
Yeah,
maybe he should define what he's saying. Indeed, You know, last time we came, we said, at the point in time, we need to regulate the churches. We say about prophecies.
Yeah.
So that anybody who comes to say as a prophet and speak as a prophet, I don't know whether that's the angle is coming from, but anybody who comes to speak as a prophet should have been endorsed by a certain group of pastors. There should be a certain regulation in the church. I still advocate like that. So before you come up as a man of God, you have to join a group, and the group has the right to discipline you when you misbehave. With that kind of system, no, it will bring some credibility. But he's saying himself, in fact, you know, he has credibility issues. He's not too sure. Is God really speaking to them? Because I know that they born for a fact that also he has some fear of God in him. He says the of us.
Yeah.
He has some fear of God in him. So what is he saying?
Okay, I won't say most popular pastors be making prophecies about to know on the other side of honorable Canadian upon the affiliation in terms of political affiliations, also on the NPP. Now Prophet Beduko Biso making declarations bisa any Prophet Nigel Gaze. Don't you see say one more percent in what they sign 72 about the national Thanksgiving they were not even
it's freedom of religion, freedom of speech. Everybody has it. You can't, somebody's prophesying, for example. Somebody's prophesying. You can't suppress the person. Allow him to prophesy. You can only comment. Mefil said the only thing that will help us indeed is that something should be regulated. In terms of, you know, the churches, I've always insisted on that.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that prophecy should not go on. It doesn't mean that when God shows you something, and I can give you
yeah,
so indeed, you know, people should not be suppressed. You understand? They should feel free to impact what they claim they have seen. But by their fruits, Bible can assembly, by their fruits, you shall know them.
And only assembly by their fruits.
Fruits are some common in Bamoa, ocean common in Bamoa. I don't know how I drink akra.
And as a fruit na it say, wash them come na abemuna to say you say yes, send our can na echo. Na ma sha so fruit new.
Yeah, but check here. Obia nya time and can say, okay, this person has provided number of prophecies. Sure, Obia shall come, Ebia Bamo Bimo. So we can't be conclusive. Say careful kakra. Allow, you see, let God have his way.
Okay.
Let God have his way in the church. Let God have his way in the body of Christ. And when we speak and we say, thus saith the Lord, it means God said it. And we speak and we say, I declare, it's a different thing. And we speak and say, I see in the realms what is happening. They are all three different things. So, thus saith the Lord, I see in the realms, I declare. There are three different things.
Wrapping up on the national Thanksgiving, no, send the call, you know. So far, the clergymen were present, no, and knowing that they were not the only one, because the national thing, they were not the only ones supposed to be there. They could have asked questions about what about the others, Argentina. Then they just went ahead and did the national service, no. What would you say about them?
Oh, well, they have invited, and what they will do is what they do. Normally, that's not none of your business, and you don't be able to find out why we am back. So they have our program, and really, I mean, Obia and Yesa, it's he feels that he's come to his program, he's been invited, and that's it.
So it's not a thing of greed or selfishness.
No, absolutely not. I mean,
okay.
I'm more your discretion. They feel say, I'm also they are invited, and they have to do what they have to do.
Okay. On other issues, no. Muslim Council.
Okay.
More about through their secretary Abeka and Sembi at their trade EC say they should make sure say before the 7th of January, you know, bet me open collation. Open collation. Say na be ya Techiman South, baby at say no dispute, electoral dispute ni ejina no. Be open collation of result enya wo hono say no obi abe mu bi. So now before the 7th January, there will be no argument about who is being inaugurated and who should be inaugurated. What do you make of almost some of them?
I think that I applaud the statement of the Muslim Council. I want to applaud them. I'm expecting that other groups the Christian Council will also toe that line. Oh, sir, you see, that's why you have to stand in a neutral position. Very important.
Okay.
I mean, everybody has a vote.
True.
But professionally, because I mean, there are Christians in the Muslim religion and there are Muslims in the Christianity. And I think I applaud the Muslim Council that can.
You agree with them?
I agree with them. People say me can say, among yet reconciliation. Open look, I say me can say. Previously, I've said it on this platform. Said they should do a reconciliation of the figures where there are differences openly.
Okay.
And me feels that that's the same thing they are saying, and it's very, very good. I want to encourage other bodies, someone who can come out and say some of this, because you see, Isi made a statement. Or see, if we add all the Tichiman South to the presidential, Anado was still going to win. Yeah. And if it's going to bring a conflict, why not? Okay. The peace is assured anyway.
All right.
What I say, and if nobody's afraid, it's like then we fight to get a winner. I don't remember. Macho, and the winner. So if you are strong, you are not afraid. You understand? So in my opinion, sorry for using the example at this time, but I just want to create an impression. In my opinion, it's a good statement. All of them present, quality figures, so like the Muslim Council said, it's a very laudable idea.
Okay, me person me read you almost statement no so no say the Federal Muslim Council therefore calls on the Electoral Commission to accede to the request for an open collation of results in Techiman South constituency polls, which has not been done to date in contravention of the electoral rules. The FMC, however, joins human rights lovers in strongly condemning the loss of innocent lives through acts of police and military in the elections, including the outrageous use of brute force by the police on unarmed peaceful Ghanaian exercising their right to protest. Nti womo statement womo release fa elections no one the womo airpay and na say makenkan de ato na womo enka say mo a womo tra womo say open collation no there be open collation no ebeboa ama asumbiaba, but this also the same time NDC for no so take another step womo akọ file election petition was Supreme Court.
File this and file it now.
Yes, or for the third. So womo file it before say ochina na proceeding never starting. Okay,
that's unfortunate. I mean, but I would have thought, say, the statement came a bit too late. But say, NDC can, if EC can listen to this, it's still some hours still. EC can decide, okay, and quickly. Said no. Then it can withdraw from court. I mean, if that is the only contention, maybe there will be other more contentions. But it's critical. It's very critical. And I think in Semano, if you listen to what has been said severally by Joy FM, Anyenini Samson, and then I saw the point of view show by Benin Avle. There were possible indications, say there was no coalition at Techiman South.
Yeah.
Yeah. All we are saying is peace. And I'm commenting about the Muslim Council statement. They also condemn the act of shooting. That's what we are supposed to do.
Yes.
And so when you are wrong, you are wrong. When you are right, you are right. And I'm a cancer indeed. Look, even if we do this thing, and it is not even material enough, 500,000 difference is quite huge. To attend that is not easy. What you said.
Yeah.
But then people would have been satisfied to say that, oh, I won or I lost. And that's going to bring peace. What did can I say?
Yeah.
And we should tread caution. I like the way they have come from. Very neutral, very professional, and very good. I want to applaud them. It's sad to say this, but I feel Christian Council, yes, sometimes it makes it sound neutral statements, and we should be able to gain some credibility in terms of that. So anytime there's any issue, they know Christian Council is not one-sided.
Okay, now Apostle, call ye and yet nene say since 9th December is here a declaration at say NDC for Eba Bontibe state emphatically say they don't agree with the declaration. They don't they are not in line with the declaration at ECA. No. Since then, no, when they started the protest, now bodies be bringing up on Tiabe so the issue should step up on his duties. The issue should do. Imani Ghana has spoken. The GPCC, Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council, last time so almost Ekasai, they also made a similar statement to the Muslim Council. And he said it's in the those bodies link and Koma Kasada than Kubetie. Proceed and now a year NDC for a filing case our Supreme Court at one election. Coming at this time, you know, what changes can you do? Say, okay, before 7th, we know second proceedings so today and yet in 1 week terms. It can take months and all that. And we are just some few days from 7th January. Now, Omodeba at this time, what can the EC do about it while the case is going to court tomorrow?
Okay, one thing is that the bodies have said it. I want to applaud the bodies.
Okay.
One thing also EC must do. One thing is either is that EC has to do it. Another thing is also that the bodies have said that. It is on record. Said bodies now Kasa.
Okay.
Which is very good. Said now it is the discretion of EC to listen. And do we have the locus to do that? That's another thing altogether. Mefil said after the results is gazetted. It is. I'm not too sure whether EC is allowed to do that. That's another aspect. I'm not too sure. I don't want to go too much into that.
All right.
But the main kind of say within the context of what is happening, the bodies have said it. Good. What you're saying. If EC will listen and they do it and they have locals to do it, Mifil said that's fine, good enough. You know, for us to proceed from where we are moving towards. So, well, I feel. Say at this point, if they listen, it's good. They do have the right to do it. It's fine. If they don't, well, we are going to court. It's my prayer that this nation, you know, remains peaceful. We enjoy free sun. It will be like any other African country. The Lord will help us. The Lord will protect us as a nation, and we are not going to have any complications whatsoever as a nation. What's the mechanism? And what is good to say it. It's on record, waka. And it's for also easy to take it or not take it. Okay. It's my prayer, sir, we find an amicable solution to this impasse.
Okay.
So so that we have peace. And only Kasa professionally, not as a politician.
All right.
I'm speaking neutrally. We share some of the stations in Ghana. One of them is TFM. They are catching niche for themselves because they can be so professional and neutral, so much so that even if you're a government and you come into power, they have their political affiliations. Coming to power, you know that this is what the station is like. They are neutral and they are professional in their work.
All right. Okay, now Apostle, call a Prophet Nigeria or that prophetic health chapel and no right after NDC announced said they have filed election petition at Supreme Court. I be so more 13 legal team ebeto abontim. Prophet Nigeria koka assembly edit on Facebook or say victory is not satisfactory until all protocol measures are validated beyond contention. There are protocols that must be satisfied for a victory to be complete. When these protocols are not met, then the victory is deceptive, utopia, and elusive. When what belongs to another man is stolen, that victory is short-lived and empty. Be bold, I still see victory. And no statement what they eto any Facebook page now Ghana for do na ehun statement we no wo say we dey the waka out me say asem waka nya no waka edema NDC amanyuko no waka kiro mo say petition na wo akọ file e Supreme Court ochina na me aduma on the 30th wo start proceeding no no papa no metu no enti still now I show me say victory lies ahead of them. And this is the same thing he did before the elections, during the elections, after the elections, and now before the Supreme Court proceedings, or cut the same thing, no. And go for when they say, or no, and I will share or no any other prophet or like they also prophesy for the end. So almost share and for almost sure said they should push for it, even though said the loss is obvious, say women lose it about, but when push said they should still go, and woman behind the confusion that's going on in Ghana. Only one year was quite so.
One said me to see me words very carefully.
Yeah.
This time, Obia lose the pain, but I only say one party has lost.
Okay.
Because for one reason, I want to maintain a certain neutrality and a certain peace. But somebody has lost.
One of them has lost.
Yes.
It's an established fact.
It's an established fact.
Okay.
Because with every contest, one will lose, one will win. I don't want to go about saying this party because Uyesana, you create a little more tension and you create a little more conflict. All the statements that Nigeria gives are canon. It's the same thing that the other parties also do. They also have their prophet who prophesy.
Yeah.
They don't prophesy, they speak for the party. So instead of becoming a man of God, some of the prophets have become spokesmen for political parties. What do they say? They have become spokesmen for political parties. Where are we heading towards? Are we spokesmen for God or spokesmen for political parties? We have to be careful. Are we speaking the mind of God or we are trying to make sense and speak wisdom? Two different things. He has the right to pass a commentary and it's now, if an established father is an NDC person, is it a commentary he's saying or is it a prophecy? If it's a commentary, then we can't begrudge him for that. Everybody can pass a comment. But is he a prophecy?
He said, I still see victory.
Is he a perception or a vision?
That's what we want to know because we know he's a prophet. He's a man of.
You see, his name, we can be a prophet and still. I mean, I was in the car with my son. We were having a chat. I was speaking like a normal human being. I was asking questions like when you are not in the spirit, you can even ask foolish questions.
When you are not in the spirit, you can
ask foolish questions.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you see, whatever he's saying, is he a commentary or a prophecy?
So the I see doesn't mean anything.
I see can mean I perceive.
Okay.
It's in which language?
Yes.
So we want to find out whether it's prophecy still that he's speaking or he's perceiving, he's passing a comment. What did they make and say? What I want to establish here is this. It's become the norm of Ghana, whether you like it or not. We have identified, even in journalism, we have NDC journalists and we have MPP journalists. It's very unprofessional. Journalists must remain neutral. And when you go wrong, they are watchdogs, they must put you straight.
All right.
If you're not careful, we are going to have a divided, polarized country, and it's going to be very dangerous. You can vote for any party, but when it comes to your work, be professional. And so is the advice I'll give to the clergy. Then make your choice clear. I'm declaring. Or don't say, God told me that this party is going to win, that's why we can take you on. In some jurisdictions, if you give prophecy and it doesn't come to pass and you say it wrongly, they refer to it and they'll beat you to death.
Really?
I'm telling you.
Give us an example so that we will know how to go about our things. It's like Ghana, you have such laws to regulate our churches.
In certain communities where, prophecies are seen differently.
Okay.
When you give a prophecy and the prophecy is not coming to pass, they can pounce on you. I'll check that. I think somewhere I'll check, but I've read something like that. That actually happened. A prophet give a prophecy, it's not come to pass.
I think it will help make you very clear on what you are seeing before you come out to say anything. Because if you be pounced on there and they say, oh, bah, who share who
share now who declare, I say declare, now say who share. They say choose your words very carefully.
Okay.
And American I don't want to say that he shouldn't say what he has said. But at this point in time, what I will caution is a microphone any circumspect, ubekasa, don't incite people, don't create the atmosphere for violence and war.
Okay.
And in any case, he's not really said anything bad.
But the way he started,
victory, he's only encouraging them.
Really?
He's not asked them to go for war, as he said that.
No, he didn't say, but how he said it, I want to restate it. I'll say victory is not satisfactory until all protocol measures are validated.
He's being philosophical here.
Yes.
He has chosen his words very carefully. And this one too cannot be termed as prophecy. They see where there can be perception. Until we see Prophet gazing himself to explain himself, we can't conclude.
Apostle, now before Mickey be bold, I still say victory statement. No, say when what belongs to another man is stolen, that victory is short-lived and empty. Stolen. The word stolen. It means so many things. Ebano ye elections we say it somehow incites violence because nobody likes to be cheated. Nobody likes to be rid of what belongs to them. And is it not the same point now we're making?
If you look at the inciting violence perception, I agree with you in a bit because me feel said at this time, like me kind of say peace. Fatu. What about others too on what they have said? Somebody said they should go to the Ashanti region and take a gun and shoot NDC people.
Yeah, people are saying things.
Yeah. So all of those things should be condemned. We should have a certain place of sanity. Everybody who is a leader should not talk anywhere anyhow. If that is going to incite violence, then you should keep quiet. If another person is going to also incite violence, they should also keep quiet. As for us, Ghanaians, we like peace.
We enjoy
everybody wants his peace. And people should shut up. I'm sorry.
Say it point blank because
people should shut up.
Yes.
They should shut up and let's go and see the right things. Let's follow the procedures. And I've said separately, said EC should be a stronger institution nowadays. Because we have made it, a certain institution where we have too much political appointment from NDC and NPP, too much political appointment, and it's creating an open space for people to attack, the EC. Because if everybody knows that the constitution is good, the constitution of the commissioners, all the things that is done, we need to make sure that the credibility of the EC is not at stake. And I'm worried for the EC. If we demonize the EC, we might not be able to have election in this country anymore.
That's serious.
We are over-demonizing the EC. That's another thing. And so, what do? Make sure that we reform the EC very well. Going to court, if that's one of the things that will come out of court, for me, I'll be very happy. Let's have the right reforms. Let's do the right things so that the EC will be credible, to be strong, and nobody will have any excuse whatsoever anytime there's an election. And we can't do it. In our body, don't change institutional heads like that. I keep saying that. Oh, another party, another assistant. No, yes, sir. We are too partisan and polarized and politicized. And you're bad, and you're good.
And you're good. 90, quite best me afar is because from time immemorial, since 1992 Constitution, it's the president who appoints the head of the Electoral Commission, from Afarijan to Charlotte Osei, as you see at the Madame Jane Mensah, and also all of them were elected by political heads in government. And not just woman as if this is going to end up harming the country as a whole, and what step should we follow in electing
people should follow through the process. I mean, it shouldn't be a political appointment. I'm of the humble opinion, say nobody, no EC chair should be appointed by any government whatsoever.
So how then do they get appointed?
You emerge, you go through it, you go through the process. If you are qualified for it, you get it.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people working through the system should be get to the point here. Then at the point in time when you deserve it, you get it.
So it should be a board something. The board should be the one regulating the commission.
Yes. Yes, I'm saying.
Okay. So what if the board knows some more political affiliations and
when we have effective constitutions and systems are working, it blocks all those loopholes.
Really?
Yeah. We have a year problem. We have Felix Agap. So what did can I say?
Because once Ghana too, we are found of that sense. Will be ewo penny debia na to say oye bibia. We just want to go and check the background. Say party bena or tiny no.
If that culture does not stop, a time is going to come. We can't have elections in this country. I'm telling you.
Okay.
So we should stop it. All the reforms, even if NDC goes to court and they don't win, whether they win or not, it's not for me to judge. But whatever comes out of it, I feel, say, it should be to be able to reform the EC very well. Because the Akwa Court meaning 2012 no helped, but 2020 should help even better. What can I say?
Yeah, Matuasim. And concluding on Prophet Nigeria's name no so no we shouldn't take it one of those prophecies and when they say encouragement
maybe encouragement because me who say we mean who as prophecy.
Who as prophecy?
Prophecy no can any say and it's be winning by 50-something%.
No, no, your prophet be do Kobe or no more.
On also can say
a percentage, you know. Okay, okay.
Or see NDC 52 or something, no pound 52 crap. I don't can say what Tinnibi was Peace FM. You can't be thinking how can you what I say.
Yeah.
And that was prophecy. But where the Mahuna commentary?
Who will comment you? At this the time so almost air court Supreme Court into at least say almost call crowd the beginning no can say there something say they should even be on the lookout for victory because that's what's at the end.
Serious notes, me only commentary. I don't know commentary because you see prophecy is not easy. Yamia can be. Hey, they're dangerous. This is simple commentary. I see now, you can see, I perceive, we only commentary. There's nothing prophetic about this.
So, our commentary needed in these times. Say,
No.
To Anamo, they are on the verge of going to the Supreme Court.
You can't begrudge him. Free speech.
Okay, all right. Okay, so, to say, the 30th of December, the 30th of December, NDC 4, a former 13 legal team, Supreme Court, no. What does it look at the end of this? How would the look be for Ghana?
Well,
would it help in any way?
Yes, it will help in any way. I'm wondering what I'm going to see. I mean, I'm not contemptuous because the thing is not in court yet. But what comes through my mind is about what's going to happen to Tishiman South and some of the Ho area. You know, Ho
the Guan district.
Yeah, one district that didn't vote. What's going to happen? Is the court going to say that they should vote? I don't want to preempt the court. But those are some of the things that is running through my mind. Say, what's going to happen? And going through the election petition, no, is it going to come on TV? Is everybody going to see it? And if it does, how is it going to be different from previous elections? No? And well, if you have gone to court before, it has a way of stimulating your thinking faculties. You know, it's going to be very interesting. I feel that people should still remain peaceful. And going to court, my protest. So, Abafom Kakra. And for me, I'm for the courts. I have said that, and I feel that the judges too will give us the right verdict. Believe you me, we have credible people as judges and Supreme Court judges for that matter. And they will give us the right verdict. We are very level-headed.
Okay.
They have worked through the mill. What I'm paying for? Paying for through HBR. All you speak is the truth. A few, human tendencies there, but that's normal. But I feel said we are going to get the right verdict. What you say? And one of the things that the court might grant, will be the audit of the pink sheets.
The audit of the pink sheets.
Yes.
Okay.
ABI, Becca said, audit the pink sheets, no. But 2000, because what is good for the goods is good for the gander. Yes. 2012, KPMG audited pink sheets, number.
Yes.
There was auditing of pink sheets. Maybe it will happen again.
Okay.
And
okay.
Then we take it from there.
Apostle, before we get up from this issue, no, Apostle, journalists have come under attack in this time because of their work during the elections and afterwards too. Journalists miensa and Kwana Sabre ya threaten normal life. A big grandpa there, Captain Smart to be precise, and rather ye konifie echo robe ne exterior mirrors of all the 3 cars. I'm just going to make a case at Mile 7 police station with a letter being left behind. I warning letter say because he's supporting the NPP, they will come back and do more. With all this threats also on journalists now one more life we in second also journalists will be sad Ahmed Swale because of Neju media and no manufacturing we have not gotten the corporate. With all these things, no, what would you say to a young Kofua? One more ADH to ask them just because what they were expecting from their political affiliation am memunti no more edina so ediaye basa ye and almost at the attack journalists then catch you finally.
Oh, I want to condemn that behavior. I know they are very bad, and I feel like saying this. I sense in my spirit say attacks no everybody journalist super. I feel say if you will lose some. I'm speaking spiritually. You might lose some 2 key senior journalists.
It means it's going to get worse.
Yes, I'm saying say if you're not careful, we'll lose some 2 key senior journalists. This is a revelation.
Okay.
And and people should be careful. A basusa swa a bit cause problems. So revelation man, I can share with you. I'm seeing some 2 key senior journalists, and the killing will be very certain at home through accident, through armed robbery. I'm seeing 2 key people. Some plan killing we in a different way. And say, oh, share program here. I think that what should inform you say, be behind the now about no, it court until just calm down. We want peace in Ghana. I want to appeal to the Christian Council. I want to the CSOs and all the institutions, the pastors, the clergy, who should advocate for peace. I want to answer until I feel say it's very condemnable. Say that those things will happen, but mislead journalists no so they should be inside people. That some of them should go back to their professional ethics and check their backgrounds well and do things right. It's very important. So you don't incite people, make people angry. At this time, we can and young Crawford. You know what you mean that. There's a statement in Ghana. Is it Clergy or dollar? I don't know, but there's a way said with time pay no best subsidy. When somebody is angry, you don't make him more angry.
Okay.
When somebody is upset and worried, you don't take him to another temperature level. And let me say something about the president. Oshua is not said anything aggressive. Why you very calm, why you very quiet, he makes statements, 1 or 2 statements. But Okasa, because that is also very commendable because that brings some peace. But no journalist should incite people. But let me say something because you mentioned Ameswali. Now, the death of Ameswali and the fact that we've not found the culprit is also very worrying. And he said, whatever we'll do to find the culprit and bring them to book, it will bring some sanity. So if we can punish people or Maku journalists, it will be a deterrent for other people to do it.
Yeah.
And one of the things that the international community doesn't like is killing of a journalist. I'll tell you what. Don't touch a journalist. It makes your government unpopular. What they don't like is touching a journalist. I'm telling you. So, you journalists are very important people to us. In Ghana, when things are not going well, we go to the journalists. We can't destroy you guys. What can I say? All you guys need is a lot of protection. But how many journalists have bodyguards?
It's a question.
How many journalists have bodyguards? Maybe they also need protection. If parliamentarians need protection, then journalists also need protection in this 21st century. And what is happening now? Our government must be media friendly, not hostile to journalists. Okay. Threatening. Manasseh, where are those threats coming from?
Death threats upon him.
They must put an end to that, and the clergy must speak. People must stop doing that. Speak on both sides. I don't cause a problem. If you cast one side, it causes a lot of problem. And I vote for a party. I voted for a party. But when I'm talking, I have to talk well, not to incite people. Everybody must remain professional in the things they say. So we can go forward as a nation. Because we can't afford a comedy growth. A comedy growth breakfast street soup. A lot of people sleep around National Theatre. All these young guys, then we are fighting. Where are they going to go? Listen, we need infrastructure. We need effective economy. We need to come out of poverty. That's what the nation needs.
Okay.
What you say?
Yeah.
And see, the developed nations, they don't fight. And Ghana is supposed to be one of the most stable countries in Africa. In West Africa, we are the most stable.
Yeah.
And whatever it will take to bring peace, I say.
Apostle, better was say for your nice submission. Now, ebushia for Apostle Dr. Walter Sakwamanti, our da Faith Army Chapel International, ano and then sabre and edi and common wosha wakasapa our channel drink at the afa so many social issues are koso ewo maimu nanso enyo ono nko a wonso akwenya say wadwin bia wo efa en sama yedi won enkomo no osu betimi e de asomien ewo ye comment section won ebiem so apomodin a follow yen ewo Instagram and Twitter at too much GH _ Facebook so too much GH. Na ebusafo unhia apostola the number no elder say obetimi afre na bibia or around say obetimi aboa mpaibo mu ye efutu semu obeboa wo sakwan so nti bo mate na fa number no na friend na subscribe so say won subscribe ya na me ya tuma e be say di ehia be midin ede na ama owuswa makramo.
The major prophet chacha on say me catch was say bomoden na hwe too much GH on say me kan ye nyene bone pa na kase ye pe wo wiase ya asondin ti na adam wo hu nyame ye no nyam no wo hu ne ma bi a wo hwehwehwehwe e wo other place ne ade cat won na bomoden na be hwe too much GH be hwe na subscribe bomoden o be hwe pe na wa ye subscribe o subscribe subscribe na subscribe na o subscribe a na wo benya ne ma papa a wo pe ahwe nyame